What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Planetary Reviews, and I am here to talk about Thor The Dark World. Now, let's talk about the story to this movie. The story to this movie is that there was a ancient war way back when with the Asgardians and these group of elves that I believe they were called Dark Elves, and they got into this battle. The Asgardian ones, and their leader Malekith was gonna eventually, make his revenge. He was gonna eventually come back and beat him and just finally take down the guy who took him down all those years ago. And then we skip to present day, and we have Jane Foster. Jane Foster ends up uncovering and getting into this area where the red soul, where the red Infinity Stone is, and it somehow gets absorbed into her. And this makes her a target for Malekith, who comes back and ends up wanting to track her down and get the red Infinity Stone and end up using it to take over the world. This movie had an interesting premise. I like that. I like the fact that it focused on Jane Foster a little bit more, having her be more of the reasoning why Thor had to come back to Earth in the first place. And another thing I gotta say is that the opening of this movie, like I believed in the first one, the second one had a great opening. I really like the fact that we opened up with Thor and his allies fighting in this really awesome battle in the middle of like this forest that was just broken down and stuff like that, really war-torn and everything. And then we had a lot of funny quipping between each and every single one of his friends, and we had this really awesome like moment where this giant monster walks up to Thor and he thinks he's got a chance. He's like, yeah, whatever, and then he just walks up to it, beats it in like a hit. One hit. Very awesome. It was very fun to have that as your opening scene, just to show you how powerful Thor is once again, even though we all probably already knew. But it was cool just to settle, like, this guy ain't going down too easily. And also, I gotta say, the performances in this movie, as always, I think the actors that Marvel has are fantastic. Absolutely awesome. Chris Hemsworth as Thor did a great job once again. Really enjoyed his performance. You really see that he is his character now. Also, Loki, played by Tom Hiddleston, also a great job. I really liked him in this movie even more, because one of the things that really made me like him a lot was the way he portrayed, just like, yeah, he may be a bad guy, but he wasn't this evil psychopath that was just there to kill things. He may have portrayed himself like that sometimes, like in the original, like in the first Avengers, but in this one, you kind of see a broken man, a man who just doesn't know his place right now. And one of my favorite scenes with him in this movie was when he finds out that there are spoilers in this review. Sorry, just gonna give you a warning, spoiler alert coming right up. Where he finds out that his mother has been killed, or his adopted mother has been killed, and Thor goes in there and tells him how he's imprisoned. And he sits there, and at first he just kind of stays quiet, doesn't say anything to Thor, and then Thor walks out of the room, and you just see him out of nowhere just have this like just huge bit of emotion where he's like, ah, boom, all the furniture goes crazy and everything. I love that scene, because it just shows that even though he wants people to think that he's this evil, maniacal, don't mess with me guy, he still deep down inside kind of cares about his adopted family. He still deep down cares about them a little bit. There's a little glimmer of light inside him. So I really like that scene. Also, the negative thing about this movie is that the main bad guy, Malekith, really didn't stand out. This was another example of Marvel just not quite getting it right with their villains. He was very one note. He was very just, oh yeah, I'm evil, but I'm gonna destroy the Asgardians. That's it. It could have been more developed. It could have give us some more details on him. Let us spend more time with him to understand him and get to see, like, maybe he's not just some evil bad guy. Maybe there's a good reason other than the fact that he wants to destroy the Asgardians because they lost a war. He was very one note, very forgettable. I always forget about him. I don't even remember talking about him when I talk about like great villains in Marvel. He's definitely not in there. But then I gotta say that Anthony Hopkins, as always, does a fantastic job as Thor's dad, and he does awesome. This movie tries to trick us at one point, which I sat there and I was like, really? You're gonna try and make us think that Loki's dead? Really? No. This movie tried that, failed miserably. You saw it coming a mile away. It was not a great trick. But the bright side about this movie, let's keep talking about some more good things. is that the connection between Thor and Loki and a lot of the scenes in this movie were actually pretty good. They had a lot of good comedy, which is something I really liked about this one. There was a lot more comedy. It felt a lot more lighthearted, adventure and stuff like that. When they were trying to ride the ship and Thor doesn't really know how to use it right away, Loki's like, come on, man. Come on, you can do, come on. Really, you're having trouble? It's really good, like little quipping with each other. I like the relationship. It was very cool. I was very happy about that. And also, the professor in this movie also gave us a lot of good comedy because he had just, from the original Avengers, he's still dealing with the fact that he was mind controlled by Loki. And the after effect on him is not that great. It's made him go a little insane, and you see him do a lot of crazy stuff. You see him do a lot of funny things, or we catch up with him in the university where like he's just some crazy nutty professor. It's awesome. I like his performance in this. He really gave off the crazy and funny aspect really well. And also, I gotta say, at the end of this movie, the final battle was something I was not expecting to be funny, but it was a really funny take. It was as if what would happen if Thor and Malekith fought each other with portal guns from Portal, and they just started flying all over London. It was hilarious to see them go crazy all over the place, flying through different portals, ending up in different like areas of the galaxy, but then coming back to Earth. Very funny moments. I thought it was fantastic. I was like, that is cool. The premise, however, with like the whole like, oh yeah, this tower thing comes in and it's gonna destroy the world, and there you go. We've seen that a million times where it's like this thing goes into the sky, it's gonna destroy the world if we don't stop it. So we've seen that in the Avengers, we've seen that in so many films that when I saw that I was like, I guess. I was like, alright, cool. That was pretty much my reaction to that. But the overall fight between them was very well done. I liked that. It was cool ideas. Very awesome. And this movie wasn't afraid to get dark. Like I said, there was a part where Thor's mother gets killed. And that was a very emotional scene. I was not expecting to really feel anything just because of the way the original Thor was. But the way they portrayed his mother's death was very emotional. You want him to go back and just beat this guy's ass. You want him done for having to make Thor go through all that. You really felt the death when his mom died. It was very sad, but very well done. I was very happy with that. So guys, overall, Thor The Dark World, was it as good as the first one? I can't really know. I feel like they're both really different, but I did enjoy this movie. I felt like it had a lot of good comedy. The action was very well done. The characterization between all the characters was very good. You had a lot better relationship between Thor and his brother. A lot of good funny moments. A lot of good lighthearted moments to really make this movie not be so serious, which I think is the right way to go with Thor. Try and be a little lighthearted, a little funny in this adventure. It's crazy. A very unique way to have a final battle with like shooting them through portals and everything. Very cool. The cast was fantastic. Very good casting. And also, we got to spend a lot of time with Idris Elba's character a little bit more. He got to see how he was. He wasn't just some guardian of the door. You got to see a little bit more of him. And they did some great character development with him and him talking to Thor and everything like that. That was cool. So guys, at the end of the day, I would say Thor The Dark World was a fun time. It was good. So you know what? I give this movie a solid B+. The only thing this movie suffered from was really just like the very bland ending with like the having to stop this tower from destroying the world. We've seen that a million times, the bland villains and stuff like that, and it just didn't do anything new enough to make me go, oh man, that was great. It was just like, that was a good movie, you know, nothing bad. That was a good Marvel movie, and you know what, it deserves a B+ for that. But guys, sorry for the one video this week. I'm making my way back into college right now, just slowly working into it and stuff like that. I didn't want to put too much into this week and pack too much in. But next week, back on track. We have Destiny 2 coming out. I'm getting that to get started on that review so I can give that to you as soon as I can. Then we have Stephen King's It, the remake, coming out next week. Very excited to go see that film and review it. Hoping it's good. Really hope it's good. And then after that, well, we have more games coming out. I'm going to be giving you guys more not more game reviews. I'm still going to be doing mostly movie reviews, but I'm going to try and bring in a lot of good game reviews. Some of the big ones I'm going to be reviewing, and I'm still going to be doing a lot of the movies that are coming out this year. So do not worry. I just did one video this week just because it was the first week of college. I wanted to slowly just, ease my way into it. Didn't want to overwhelm myself right away, but I did want to give you guys at least one review, which I wanted to continue my MCU reviews. So yeah, those are my plans for the future right now. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hit that like button, and thank you so much for watching my Birth of the Dragon review. That got a lot of views, and I'm really proud of that video because I actually did like that movie. Unlike some critics, they were like on the fritz with it. But you know what? I'm proud of that review. I stand to my opinion of that movie. Thank you so much for supporting that video. I was very happy about that. And also, thank you for the 51 subscribers I've gotten up to. I'm very happy about that. I'm very proud of that. Thank you so much for you guys to just take the time to watch my videos. I really do appreciate that. So, but as always, guys, have a great day.